Pokemon Market's actually climbing this month in September. Some sets have been outperforming all expectations right now, especially the current situation with the market of everywhere else around the world. So let's go and take a look. Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we are going to be doing another market update, and there's been some real big movements going on in the market right now. We'll be taking a look at TCG Player to see the real big climbers and the ones that have been declining this past month or so, because there have been some real big heavy movers. We'll be looking at the Sun and Moon era, XY era, and obviously the Sword and Shield era. So we're going to take a look right now in this video. Alright, so first off we have the Brilliant Stars booster box. Now if you've seen from one of my recent videos, we're going to a deeper dive on Brilliant Stars, what's been going on. But that is right, it has reached over $150 right now on TCG Player. It is a big climber this month. I mean, it has been doing incredible things. Now, it is the second best set in the Sword and Shield era, in my opinion. It's absolutely stacked. It's absolutely fantastic. Great to open. All round brilliant set. Closing the name Brilliant Stars, right? $150 for a booster box. Is this set going to be reprinted? I really think that it needs to be. Whether or not it will is going to be another matter. I do think that this product will reach $200 by, the next 6 months if there's no more reprints. Now, it did come out earlier on this year, so you would expect at least a decent amount of more reprints or waves coming in the, probably by the end of this year, beginning of next year. It depends if it's going to be booster boxes or other products like ETBs or just supplemental products, but it needs to be booster boxes. And it is a great set. We've seen big heavy hitters, and the single cards have been going up in price as well. This is indeed one of the best investing sets to get right now. Will I buy it at $150? It's tough. It is a really tough decision. Personally, I would hold off right now. If you can find it for a cheaper price than $150, then I would highly suggest doing so. But overall, it is quite pricey. One set that has dropped quite a bit is XY Evolutions. Now, this booster box has dropped down to $802 roughly on TCG Player. I know it still sounds absolutely crazy expensive, but it was at $870 about 3 months ago. So it has been, dropped a fair amount, basically 10%. That is a big drop. And overall, I do feel like this is a great set nonetheless. If you can pick up a sealed booster box of this, it's going to be worth a ton of money in the future. Now, we've seen it in the past reach the highs of $1,000 a booster box. This is a set where it's proven that regardless of how much gets printed, if it's good enough, it will do very well. And this set, it's had its up and downs, but it's not massively old, and it is insanely expensive. It is one of the best sets to open in the XY era, and it's just fantastic. It is great, full of nostalgia, and that really does help carry it. But $800 right now, that is, still a steep price, but a big drop. It's one of the big movers this month by dropping by about 10%, and is now a great time to pick it up. I mean, I always think any time's a great time to pick up XY Evolutions just because it is that great. Now, on to a big climber now. Now, Steam Siege, you wouldn't think it, would you? Steam Siege XY, it was $210, and it is now up to around nearly $280. This has gone right up in value. That is actually incredible. That is a big, steep jump for this set. Not a great set. It's not probably the weakest set in the XY era, but it's performed well. It's climbing back up. It's nowhere near as expensive as you've just seen with XY Evolutions. But that is a big climber, guys. Real big. If we go back 6 months, this set has been constantly climbing, and it has just shot massively in the recent months. This is a sleeper. It really is a sleeper, and it goes to show that even though you might have the weakest set in an era, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bad and not going to go anywhere. I've said this with Battle Styles and Fusion Strike and sets like that. You got to be careful, guys. They can jump up massively in value, just like Steam Siege. Now, would I buy any Steam Siege? I personally wouldn't. I do know some people that like to collect XY era boxes. They are tough to find, so down the line they will continue to climb, even though it's not a massively popular set and it hasn't jumped up anywhere near as some of the other XY era sets. Doesn't mean it's bad. And now we're gonna look at one that has fallen recently, and it's the Hidden Fate ETB. I know, I couldn't even believe it myself. Now, it has dropped down to 154. Now, if we go back 6 months, it peaked at 171, and it has dropped by about $20. So it's a drop. It's the biggest drop it's had in the last 6 months. Does it mean, it's going to continue to drop? Who knows? I still think this is a fantastic product. One of the best modern sets that you can get right now, and I highly rate getting this. Now, I do know that over in the US it is expensive. over here in the UK. It is a lot cheaper, but overall I do really rate Hidden Fates, and it has dropped, so is now the time to pick it up? You know, I think so. I think 150, anything you can get less than that, then you're onto a winner. Over here in the UK, if you can pick up for around £95, I would do so, as I think is a great price for this product. On to another big climber, we have Ultra Prism, another Sun and Moon era set, and this has actually jumped up in value at $376 right now, which is incredible. This is still a booster box I really want for my collection, and you know, it dipped around that 350 mark and is now on the uptick. If we go back 6 months, we've just seen this steady climb, but in the recent month, bang, it went right up. So this is hard to get hold of. Here in the UK, it's been very tough. I don't know what it's like to get hold of over in the US, but $376. Pretty much most of the Sun and Moon era stuff is going up in value. Hidden Fates only has recently dropped, but everything else seems to be climbing ever so steadily. I think Ultra Prism is a great set. You have that full art Lily, which is ridiculously expensive. You have a really big chase card. It's a great set. I really like it. That's why I want one for my collection. Maybe we can do a box break of it down the line. It's just trying to find a box for a good price. It's quite tough, so I do rate it. I do see this reaching $400 probably by the end of the year, actually, because it has been climbing over the last 6 months. It's been slowly climbing, but it's been jumping up a lot more recently. I think people start to appreciate the Sun and Moon era sets more and more. Final drop in booster box right now this month is Burning Shadows, and it's dropped a fair bit, you know, sitting around that, you know, 412 mark, dropping to as low as 360, and that is the set that contains the Rainbow Charizard. It is incredibly tough to pull that card. We've opened up a Burning Shadows booster box in the past. I have another one for my collection already. Maybe we can do another box break of it down the line to try and get that Charizard, but this is a set where it relies on one card and one card only, and that is that Charizard. So would I buy it? I mean, it's a great one to open, and it's a great one to keep sealed because the hunt is real. The hunt is real for that Charizard. So I think this is going to be a great set, and I think it will bounce back up to that $400 mark. It's just weird that it's one of the few sets recently that's kind of taken a dip in the Sun and Moon era, but does that mean now's the good time to pick it up? I mean, it always is. Whenever something dips, great time to pick up, especially if it's reached new heights previously. Finally, guys, we have Evolving Skies as the real big climber. I mean, we could have guessed it, right? It is nearly $200 a booster box. This is actually one of the sets where reprints are desperately needed. Now, it still has some time for reprints to come, and I really do hope they will, but we don't know. We don't know what the reprints are going to be. They've reprinted some ETBs recently. Are they going to reprint booster boxes? Who knows? You can still get hold of single pack blisters here in the UK anyway for a decent price. Booster boxes, on the other hand, they've been going for around 180 to 190 pounds. I've seen some even sell for 200. It is very, very expensive. Would I be buying them at 200? I mean, personally, I won't, but that is entirely up to you guys. If you guys feel like that there's no real reprint that's going to cause it to drop, then fair enough. Personally, right now, if I was to open up Evolving Skies, I'd probably go for the single blisters, only because it's still sell at retail at some places. But if you want seal booster boxes for your collection, you know, you might have to bite the bullet and pick some up. I already have some. I'm quite happy with how many I've got. Will we do box breaks of it down the line? Maybe. It is becoming more and more pricey, and it is hitting new heights. It really is. It's impressed me. It has impressed me a lot, and I knew it was going to climb. I didn't expect it to climb that fast. We are going to be taking a closer look at Evolving Skies in a future video, so keep an eye out for that one. We'll be taking a closer look at the individual cards and really seeing the impact that the market is having on the individual cards and the overall, you know, price of Evolving Skies. So there you have it, guys. That's kind of what's been going on in the market right now. Evolving Skies is pushing new heights, reaching that $200 mark. Hidden Fates is dropping. Some of the Sun and Moon era sets are doing well, some of them are not. And, you know, Brilliant Stars is reaching that 150 mark. Like I said, right now, the market's doing pretty well. I mean, other booster boxes are reaching that $100 mark. Fusion Strike, Chilling Rain, you know, Astral Radiance as well. Lost Origin is holding strong with its release. In the coming months, we're going to be really seeing how the market is going to react to real life stuff that's going on around us, because you could see some booster boxes actually reaching new heights over the Christmas period. So that's one thing to look out for. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and let me know down in the comments, guys, what have you been picking up this month in September? Personally, I haven't been picking up anything really for myself apart from Lost Origin. That's the only thing I've been picking up, mainly because I've just moved. It's cost me an absolute fortune, but I have managed to pick up some Lost Origin. Anyway, guys, that is it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are legends, and I'll see you all in the next one.